Have you ever wandered deep into a Canadian forest? These vast wild woods stretch for thousands of miles, hiding secrets in their shadows. For centuries, people have whispered about a mysterious creature living here, Sasquatch or Bigfoot, described as a giant ape-like being covered in dark hair, leaving behind massive footprints. It represents the wild, unexplored corners of our world, a symbol of the unknown. In places like British Columbia's national parks, a creature could easily hide. People who spend their days immersed in the Canadian wilds have reported seeing something unexplainable. These stories have been passed down for generations, woven into Canadian folklore. The name Sasquatch itself comes from the indigenous cultures who have lived alongside the creature for millennia. The mystery is about our relationship with nature and the unknown. Sasquatch might be the forest's biggest secret, the enigma that continues to elude us. Let's explore old legends and modern sightings. Is Sasquatch a real animal or something else entirely? The search for Sasquatch is a quest for answers, a journey into the unknown. Let's step into the woods and see what we can find. The Sasquatch legend began long before modern sightings or photographs. Its roots run deep in the traditions of indigenous peoples of the Pacific Northwest. The name Sasquatch comes from Saskets, a word in the Halkomelem language of the St. Sales First Nation. For them, Saskets was a spiritual guardian of the forest, not a monster. Stories described a large, hairy, human-like being living deep in the mountains. Sometimes a symbol of strength, sometimes a warning to respect nature. These tales were cultural teachings about living in harmony with the land. When settlers arrived, they heard these stories and soon had their own strange encounters. Trappers and loggers reported seeing giant, human-like creatures and finding enormous footprints. The blend of ancient indigenous stories and modern reports makes the Sasquatch legend powerful and enduring. It's a bridge between the spiritual world and the scientific one. Maybe the old legends hold a truth we're only beginning to explore. The year was 1967, a time of change. The search for Sasquatch changed forever, capturing imaginations worldwide. Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin claimed to have filmed a large, hairy figure in Bluff Creek, California. The footage, though less than a minute, sparked a debate that continues today. It shows the creature, nicknamed Patty, moving with a human-like gait. In an iconic moment, Patty turns her head, looking directly at the camera, before disappearing into the trees. For believers, the film's natural movement suggested a reality too compelling to dismiss. Skeptics labeled it a hoax. Despite scrutiny, the debate hasn't been settled, and the mystery endures. The film's impact resonated deeply in Canada, where Sasquatch legends have been woven into indigenous cultures for centuries. The wild man of the woods had a face the world could ponder. Canadian researchers saw the film as potential proof that the creature's range could extend to British Columbia. The Patterson-Gimlin film remains the most famous piece of alleged Sasquatch evidence. The debate continues, fueled by passion and the allure of the unknown. Decades before the famous film, when tales of the unknown still held a certain mystique, a Canadian prospector named Albert Ostman came forward with a story so outlandish, so unbelievable, that it stunned listeners. In 1924, while diligently searching for gold near the remote and rugged Toba Inlet in British Columbia, Ostman claimed he experienced something extraordinary. He was allegedly abducted, sleeping bag and all, by a massive unknown creature. He recounted that he was carried for hours, a terrifying journey through the dense undergrowth, and eventually found himself held captive in a secluded valley, a hidden refuge inhabited by a family of 4 Sasquatches. Ostman went on to describe them in vivid detail. The adult male was absolutely huge, a towering figure of immense strength. The female was smaller in stature, and the young ones were playful and curious, exhibiting a childlike energy. They sustained themselves on roots and berries, foraging within their hidden valley, communicated with a series of grunts and whistles, a language all their own, and while they displayed a certain curiosity towards him, they ultimately didn't inflict any harm. After enduring 6 long days, Ostman finally managed to orchestrate an escape by cleverly tricking the old male Sasquatch with a box of snuff, a substance that unexpectedly made the creature violently sick. Seizing the opportunity, he ran for his life, desperate to escape the valley, and then made the decision to keep the incredible story a secret for many decades, primarily fearing ridicule and disbelief. Skeptics, of course, readily doubt his extraordinary tale, pointing out the distinct lack of any physical evidence to support it, and highlighting the fact that he waited a considerable number of years before finally deciding to share it with the world. But believers, on the other hand, are quick to note the consistent details within his account, and the apparent lack of any clear motive for seeking fame or attention. Regardless, Albert Ostman's account undeniably remains one of the most bizarre, detailed, and enduring stories in Sasquatch lore. Whether ultimately proven true or destined to remain a captivating fiction, it undeniably adds a personal and profoundly mysterious chapter to the ever-evolving Canadian legend. It paints a picture of a creature, or perhaps a species, possessing a complex social life and intricate family dynamics, hidden away, thriving deep within the unexplored depths of the woods. The story continues to endure, captivating our imaginations precisely because it's so incredibly strange, and yet just possibly plausible enough to leave us perpetually wondering. In the enigmatic world of Sasquatch encounters, the lines between established fact and captivating folklore are perpetually blurred, often indistinguishable. And that inherent ambiguity, that tantalizing uncertainty, is undoubtedly a significant part of what keeps the enduring legend alive and well. Sasquatch isn't just a mystery, it's a Canadian icon. In British Columbia, its image is everywhere, on souvenirs, business logos, and even sports teams. Statues of Sasquatch welcome visitors to small towns, and craft beers bear its name. The creature has become a friendly mascot for Canada's wild side. In arts and media, Sasquatch appears as both a monster and a gentle giant, reflecting our respect for the wilderness. Harrison Hot Springs, BC, hosts an annual Sasquatch Days festival, blending Indigenous culture and legend. The event features canoe races, salmon barbecues, and storytelling. The legend brings communities together, connecting people to history and folklore. Whether real or not, Sasquatch is a symbol of Canada's wild spirit and enduring mysteries. It's a legend the country has proudly made its own. When someone claims to see Sasquatch, what are they really witnessing? Some believe it's a real, undiscovered animal, perhaps a surviving giant ape like Gigantopithecus. Canada's vast forests could hide such a creature, they argue. Others say its mistaken identity, a bear on its hind legs, a moose, or even a shaggy hermit. Human perception is easily fooled, especially in the wild. Some sightings are hoaxes, fake footprints, tall tales, or pranks. The legend is compelling, and stories grow with each retelling. Most likely, the truth is a mix: rare animals, misidentifications, and a dash of imagination. Until there's definitive proof, a body, clear photo, or DNA, the mystery remains. Each report keeps the question alive: what's really out there in the woods? The hunt for Sasquatch isn't just for weekend campers. Serious researchers have spent years searching for evidence in Canada's wild places. They use trail cameras, collect footprint casts, and analyze hair and scat for DNA. Hopes are high for a sample that doesn't match any known animal. John Green, a BC journalist, built a database of thousands of sightings and treated the topic with investigative rigor. Dr. Jeff Meldrum, an anatomy professor, studies footprints and argues their consistency points to a real animal. Despite all efforts, no definitive proof has surfaced. No clear photos, no unknown DNA, no bones. Skeptics say a large animal couldn't hide forever without leaving remains. But the vastness of Canada's wilderness keeps hope alive. For believers, the search is far from over. The legend endures because the evidence is just out of reach. And the next discovery could change everything. Why does the Sasquatch mystery fascinate us, even without proof? It taps into our curiosity and love for the wild. In a world mapped by satellites, the idea of a hidden giant is thrilling. Sasquatch symbolizes untamed nature and the unknown. The legend lets us imagine a world bigger and more mysterious than our daily lives. Anyone can join the search. Every hiker or camper could stumble onto a clue. The story endures because it invites wonder and adventure. It's a modern quest, connecting us to ancient fears and hopes. The question, is Bigfoot real? Sparks imagination and debate. Sasquatch lives on because we need mysteries to explore. We've traveled from ancient Indigenous legends to modern searches with DNA kits and cameras. Sasquatch is a mystery, a mascot, a spirit, and a scientific puzzle. The search is filled with clues, eyewitness accounts, footprints, and that famous film, but no final proof. Why do we care so much? The hunt reflects our relationship with nature and our need for wonder. Sasquatch challenges our sense of mastery over the wild. The legend connects us to a primal past when the world was bigger and more mysterious. We keep looking because the search itself matters. It keeps our sense of adventure alive and reminds us the world still holds secrets. Whether or not Sasquatch is ever found, its legend leads us to a deeper appreciation of the wild and our place within it.